let's start by closing our eyes and let's see where we go. Let's take a few deep breaths in and out first. So you can exhale all of your air out and take a deep breath in through the nose and a big breath out. A couple of more like this. You can do it in your own time. Breathing in through the nose. And I want you to breathe in all the way to the top of your lungs and then hold it. And release. Big breath out. And another couple in your own time. Deep breath in through the nose, filling those lungs up, 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 up. And big exhale, big release, big softening, making it very felt in the body. And then when you've done and you've finished the next exhale, you can gently come back into a natural breath pattern. And let's make an intention for this practice. It could be an intention of inquiry, finding the answers. It could be an intention of softening and presence. What is an intention that can serve you? And then you can, if you'd like, put a hand across the heart center. And just as a way to seal this moment, recognizing that you're present, you've got an intention, you're here, committing to your own sense of awareness. And you can release the hand. And today we're going to first place our attention on the breath. Now I'm going to invite you to explore the breath in 3 different areas, one after the other. And first you can zoom in and place your attention right on the tip of the nose at the nostrils. And notice, what can you feel? We really want to become an observer here. So what do you notice? It could be first the quality of the breath. Short, shallow, deep. And perhaps there's sensations around temperature. And if you want to explore deeply, you can also notice that there's a 3D sense to the breath. And I say 3D, you can probably, if you laser in enough with your attention, feel the sensation of the inhale of the air coming in at various points that touch the nostrils. And as you explore this, notice how this feels. Is it pleasant, unpleasant, neutral? You can play with the same level of curious attunement when it comes to the exhale. What is there to feel? Notice the quality of your thoughts. If you get easily distracted, if your mind feels scattered, that's okay. Just noting. Hey, scattered thoughts. Maybe that's the opposite and you feel very settled, but perhaps almost a little dull. Relaxing, maybe yawning. Again, that's okay. Just noting. Now let's move the attention to feeling the sensations of the breath around the center of the chest and the heart center. Notice what's different. What is there to feel? As you explore the sensations, notice as well if perhaps the breath is longer just because you're watching it. Perhaps it's deeper than it was only a few moments ago. And you can explore how far can you feel the breath move in the upper torso. There's a myriad of physiological movements happening with each in-breath and out-breath. And you may notice that with the out-breath, there is a sense of softening, of decompression, of simple releasing. Now let's move, and this time place the attention on the area of the belly. Many of us hold a lot of tension at the belly, as in we're trying to hold it in to start. And so observe, notice. And if you'd like, you can try to make the next breath a much longer, deeper breath and direct it straight into the belly with the goal to make it balloon right out. And then just softly release. And here again, working the muscle of our attention, developing or honing in on this superpower is to choose where we want to rest our focus, our awareness. And you're going to notice that your mind is going to move around. It's going to start telling you stories. Maybe about the things you should be doing, could be doing, haven't been doing. And we can say, yes, thank you. I'll come back to that. And gently let go of the passing stories and thoughts. And starting again, just exploring the sensations of the breath at the belly. This is an area that's particularly interesting for interoception, which is a word to describe the feeling from the inside out. We often think of perception as, of the senses as external, but in our mindfulness practice, we really want to zone in and try to feel whatever there is to feel. The inner world, so to speak. Now you can let go and bring a sort of a wider lens of attention. And I'm going to ask you to choose where you want to rest your attention on the breath. And then you can choose and think about where it is the sweetest. And perhaps to explore that, you want to start to tweak the breath, move the dial a little bit so that it feels nourishing, refreshing. It could be either energizing or relaxing, whatever it is that you need it to be. You can move the dial of your breath. And let yourself notice that it is there to bring you what you need. And for the next few minutes, just exploring and staying with your breath, where it is the clearest or the sweetest or the most accessible. Making it exactly what you need in this moment. If you notice that your mind is moving around, be grateful. We often think that we are supposed to stop the thoughts, but we can also be thankful for the thoughts. This is what our brain does. But imagine that you can let them pass through as clouds move across our heads in the sky. Meanwhile, you stay connected, focused. If at any point you feel like your mind is too scattered, it's too hard, you can tweak the volume of the breath. Perhaps take a deeper inhale and feel yourself in the sensations of the breath. Make it very, very embodied. And when all else fails, tell yourself it's easy. It's always going to be smoother to meditate if we're not telling ourselves that it's too hard and we can't do it. Now, for the last few minutes of this practice, I'm going to invite you to bring to mind a question, something that may have been in your mind in the last few hours, in the last few days. Bring the power of your focused attention to an area of your life that matters. Notice if you're able to formulate the question clearly. And perhaps it's more like an intention, something you're pursuing. Either way, I'm going to invite you to make it as short and simple as possible. You can let the words gently resonate in your mind. You can ask it 3, 4, 5 times. Maybe you'll find there's an invitation to tweak the question. Maybe you're going to notice that some thoughts are going to start to pop up. And perhaps not very helpful thoughts, But right now, you just want to concentrate on the question. Now let's ask, let's say, a quality follow-up question. Ask yourself, what do I need to know about this? What do I need to know about this question? And see if that moves something ever so slightly. Let's finish by coming back to our intention. Today we explored a practice of flexing the muscle of our attention, our concentration, just as we also nourished ourselves with our breath. You may notice that our mind doesn't like to be scattered. And once we have gathered ourselves, hopefully sufficiently, then we can bring our attention to what really matters. We're going to close with a deep breath in and a deep breath out together, if that's okay. So I'm going to invite you to exhale all of your air out. And let's take a deep breath in all together. And a deep breath out. If you'd like, you can put both of your hands together at the heart center to close, pressing your hands against the breastbone, and perhaps tilt your head in gratitude. Thank you so much for meditating with me today. I truly appreciate it. Om Shanti and Namaste.